All our friends, relatives, known ones, those who are working abroad are also contributing to the national development. Now you must be thinking, how is that happening? They are earning money and just sending it to their families. But the money they are sending to their families is coming in foreign currency, mostly in USD. And we need foreign currency. Let me show you how this is helping in managing the current account deficit. Current account deficit is a record of countries' international transaction with the rest of the world. Trade is a dominant component for India's current account. Trade means when we sell goods to other countries, export, we earn foreign currency, and when we import, we have to pay in the foreign currency. Narrowing of the overall trade deficit. So still there is a trade deficit. I told you in the other video, imports are still higher than the export, but the gap has declined, narrowing of the trade deficit. And increasing remittance, this is what I am talking about. The contribution of the people from India who are working abroad contributed to improvement in current account deficit. India's current account deficit narrowed to 23 billion as compared to 67 billion last year. Current account deficit as a percentage of GDP has also slightly increased here. But see the contribution, net trade balance, net services, net transfers, net income. So net services and net income are on the positive side. Net services and net transfers. Trade balance is creating the negative. If you compare India's performance with other countries, current account deficits, these countries, Mexico, China, Indonesia are in surplus. But with the rest of the countries, if you see South Africa, Brazil, Cambodia, New Zealand, etc., our position is quite good. And here comes the role of remittances reaching to a milestone of 120 billion in 2023. You see this graph, India emerged as the top remittance recipient in the world in 2023, 120 billion, followed by Mexico and then China, Philippines, Pakistan, Bangladesh. With UAE, we have done an agreement to promote the use of dirhams and rupee for cross-border transactions. And this one is very, very interesting. FDI is considered pro-cycle. So when the economy is doing good, the investment will come. So this is destabilizing. Remittance are a stable source of finance that will remain in the economy because your relative, those who are sending money here to their families, are not going to take it back. So this is a permanent money which is coming to the country and directly used by the recipient, contributing to the nation's growth. From balance of payment perspective, remittance are permanent foreign currency inflows and help finance merchandise trade deficit, contributing to the narrowing of the current account deficit. For the net importer like India, high remittance partially offset the goods trade deficit and stabilize the current account deficit. This is, you can see here, merchandise trade deficit. The gap is increasing. There is more deficit created every year, but there are more private transfers every year. Therefore, these private transfers are helping in having this merchandise trade deficit also. Otherwise, we would not be in a position to afford this. There is an interesting graph showing the association between the gross remittance and the oil prices. So it shows the remittance is increasing with the increase in the oil price, and likewise with increase in the exchange rate, there are more private transfers, because for people, those who are sending money from abroad, if they are getting more rupee out of that, it means their relative or family member are getting more rupees out of that dollars they have sent from abroad. It is a good situation, and it is also expected because of the India's migrant pool, highly skilled migrant employed mostly in high income OECD market and less skilled migrant employed in GEC market, Gulf Arab countries, etc., is likely to lend stability to the migrant remittance. India's effort to link UPI with some source countries such as UAE and Singapore are expected to reduce cost and speed up remittances, because still there is a large cost for transfer of funds from outside. It is not like us, we transfer at a zero cost today in India. But the main point here I wanted to tell is the contribution of Indians, those who are working abroad, in helping the Indian economy by helping the current account deficit, containing it within the limit. Is this something useful? Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We are here to make your job preparation 50% faster.